All right. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Make Your Branding Week 5. I don't know where this time has gone. We're almost to the end of the course. We have week 5 and week 6. Before we dive into everything, I gotta say my normal joke. First, the washrooms are located in the safety of your own home or office, perhaps upstairs or just down the hall. Want to reiterate that this is a safe space. Happy to answer questions. The chat's the best place so I can finish my sentence or thought. We're recording. Hello, if you are watching on the replay. And there's not a lot of handouts today. We're working through the final pages of the brand kit in Canva, and you can find that in the dashboard. So here we are, week 5. Look at all the wonderful things that you have accomplished so far. We've talked about branding. You've got more familiar with Canva, and as Trina was saying, growing her skills in Canva. I love that. We've talked about brand colors and fonts and shapes. We've composed our logos. We're going to colorize them today. And we're going to talk about brand style today. Oh, did I lose somebody? Oh, that's okay. All right. Today's workshop is about brand style. So I'm going to explain a couple of concepts from this week. I want to give you lots of in-class working time and then leave time for feedback as well. So let's jump in. This process for defining your brand style, we're trying to figure out some constraints when you start to make stuff. Because it's one thing to have a logo and say, this is my logo, but your brand kit wouldn't be complete if you didn't have some notes and constraints about what kind of supporting elements you want to use. Is it photos? Is it illustrations? Is there an icon? What is it? So there's a two-step process here. We're going to talk about photos versus illustrations, and we're going to talk about your most important elements, and that hierarchy word is going to creep back into existence today. So in your brand kit, the goal is to have this defined. It's not to say that it tramples all of your creativity. It just means here are the guardrails in which we're going to create this in the future. So there are, similar to shape, brand shape, there are two camps for brand style. So are you going to tell the story of your company through imaginative world of illustrations, or are you going to connect with people through real pictures? So illustration brings a distinctive edge to branding. It's a choice. It lets you play with creative expression. It's playful. It's softer. It can take some work by hiring a illustrator, or finding the same illustrator in Canva, and I'll show you how to do that. And like picking stuff from their style. It's good for brands that are young at heart or want to showcase creative side. It might not hit the mark for industries that rely on realism and detail. On the other side, photography tells it like it is. It's straightforward, it's relatable, it can leave a really strong impression. If you are a product-based brand, this is pretty much a no-brainer for you. Using photographs of your product is essential. So for brands that rely on like a tangible thing, great photography can be the key to showcasing your offerings in the best light. So the idea is we're going to choose one and delete the other. It's really hard to mix the two. It's not to say that you can't have icons. Like if you have a web page and you want to have an icon of like, this is how my process works, 1, 2, 3, that's okay. It's just really hard to mix real world. You know, you on one page you have a picture of a real person, and then our brains are processing that, and hopefully your audience is seeing themselves in those pictures. And then like if you flip to another page and it's an illustration, it might also be of a person, but our brain processes that differently. So that's why it's kind of hard to mix the two. So the other point of this style exercise is to figure out your most important elements. I would look back from class 1 to all of your touch points. So remember all that list that we've looked at a couple of times. If you have a website, and a website is, like your main bread and butter where people are coming to find you, you may want to define, like, what does a website button look like across my whole website? Is it square? Is it rounded? You're going to have to look back to your brand shape to help that decide that. Is it a color with white text? Probably. Or is it white with a colored text? Maybe not. But you have to decide, what does that actually look like? Going through some other touch points, if you have a product label, you're going to want to decide what that looks like. If you are doing a lot of social media content, and let's say you provide a service and you want to talk a lot about your process, or you want to talk a lot about, like you do a lot of explanation of concepts, you might use a lot of arrows. And so you might want to figure out, okay, where am I creating this? Is it in Canva? Is it in PowerPoint? Well, shout out to Tina there. Where are you creating this thing? And then, like, what is available in that place? So if it's Canva, instead of trying to search what arrow did I use last time, I can't remember. I don't know, it's the 4th arrow down. Take it, capture it, put it in that brand kit so you can copy and paste it everywhere. You can change the color of it. It can be black, it can be white, it can be your brand colors, whatever. But the style of that is captured. And then, are there any others? So is there, just trying to think of, so websites, social media, product labels, go through your list of touch points and figure out some key common elements, and then what those are going to look like. Does anybody have any questions about those 2 steps? Pretty straightforward. Okay. I wanted to give you loads of make it time today and loads of feedback time, because this is the critical juncture. This is where we are, we're getting to the end of the brand kit. We're in the final few pages of it. I go back to the brand kit. I say page 13, but I don't know if that makes sense for any of you guys, because there might be like 15,000 color pages at the beginning. So we're near the end. Add reference photos. If you're going the photography way, you can go in Canva to photos here. Search some things that might be pertinent to your business. Meg is an editor, so like pictures of people reading a book or typing on a typewriter or typing on their laptop. You might want to find a nice diversity, like a woman of color, a man of color, a woman doing this, a man doing this, a gender neutral person doing this. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking permutations again. Like, grab a bunch of vibes that you want. and put them here. And when you search for photos, like let's say woman reading a book, you know, you can pick whatever vibes you want. Let's say I like this person sitting in a coffee shop reading. If you click and drag, I've left you these frames. So if you click, drag, and then sort of release in the frame, it will fit right in the frame there for you. Alternatively, this is if you're doing the photo side. If you're doing illustrations, you want to go up to elements here in the top. Type in the same thing and go under graphics. And then you might want to click and drag a similar, you may delete the frame and just also put it in there if you want. Clear as mud? Folks get the idea? Oh, and so I did want to show you. Let's say you are on the illustrative side and you really like this particular illustration and you want to keep the same style because like this style, this person doesn't have like a lot of facial features versus, you know, like even this one is different. You know, it's just quite a different style. So what you can do is under more here, click on the image, 3 dots. Down here under info, you can find the person. So it's Okta from Oak21 Studios. You can go view more and it will show you all of that person's illustrations. So if you are thinking about other concept like, you know, this cute paper as an airplane, like I'm thinking of you, Meg, right now, just like this book, you know, you might want to use that element as an enhancement for a social post, a presentation, something. So this is your opportunity to brainstorm all the places you're creating things and to pull kind of supportive elements. You know, I expect your brand kits to be living documents. So, you know, this may change over time. But this is a good opportunity to start gathering things. And I will tell you as well, if you want an arrow, under elements, if you search for arrow and you go under graphics, there's all sorts of arrows here. The ones with the little crown mean that Canva Pro is required. That's the same for photos or anything. If you pull something across and see some lines on it as a watermark, it means you don't have the Canva Pro and that photo's not included. So just a piece of information about that. But there are many that are free. And I would advise you to remember your shape. So if you are hard straight lines, coming up with an arrow like this, which is curved, has curved ends, maybe not so much. You know, maybe you want to come up with an arrow like this. You know, when you click on things, Canva gives you more options, you know, so maybe this kind of arrow or that kind of arrow is better for you in terms of style. And in terms of website buttons, you'll have to go into whatever you are using that hosts your website. I know some folks might be WordPress, some people might be Wix, some whatever, and see what their options are. You might have to take a little screenshot and like plop it in there to say like, this is what my buttons are going to look like. And when you're doing an element like that, remember to write down all the details for the button. So it's like, maybe it's a medium button with 14-point white text, if that makes sense. So like write down as many details as possible so that you now know anytime there's a button anywhere on your website, it's going to look exactly the same. Okay. Like I said, I wanted to give you lots and lots and lots of time today, so I'm giving you a whole 10 extra minutes. I'm here to answer questions and repeat anything, show you anything again. If you haven't colored your logo yet, if you haven't applied your brand colors to your logo, do that first. I know some folks did and didn't. Some people came to office hours, some people didn't. It's okay. Do that first, and then move on to the brand style. So have fun, make it.
I would like to clarify.
Yeah.
We are not mixing these two options. And what is your recommendation? Like, if I do have some photos, better to use the photos first, and after that, someone's images?
So yeah, so you say that you have your own photography?
If I have my own photos, for example, I'm many times I see palette colors, what is relevant to me. I can see it often in other websites. Like, many people are using the same. It's just better to have my own photo similar to it, or not? Like,
Yeah.
or
So
does really matter?
okay, so I would say the first general decision for you is real photos or illustrations. And I think for you, it's going to be photos because you are showing pictures of before and after, of real elements, like look at this couch, kind of thing. And I know that like people are hiring you based on your actual style. So
Exactly.
like to me, it's a no-brainer. It's real photos all the time.
Yes. Okay.
And that's the first step. With the photos, use your photos as much as possible.
Mhm.
But I also know that, sometimes it's not possible. So you can use stock photos. So photos like that are available on Canva. Like, let's say you want to start marketing toward like styling dentist weight rooms, but you don't have a picture of one yet. So go on Canva and find a photo of it,
Mhm.
and put it in there. Yeah, so it's definitely okay to mix your pictures and stock photos. Like, who's gonna know? Maybe they're all yours. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. If it's okay to use the photos of like what I have in Canva, or it's better to have like to make a photos. Like, for example, you have the photo of colors. Like, I just can put this one on a table and make a photo of it. Like, will be better instead of to take it
Yeah.
from the Canva.
I mean, I think so. If you have the ability to take your own pictures, I would, because it shows like your actual style and your actual point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's what's going to help people choose you as an interior designer because they align with your style and your point of view.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't want to put pressure on to say you have to use your photos all the time because depends on what your photography skills are. If they're
Of course,
fine, great.
Sometimes it's better to put the not professional photo instead of use the, or like, what will be better, like to use the professional photo what I can find in Canva, what other designers can do, or to put not a professional photo with the same topic.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Like,
it depends on how good the photo is. So we're getting down into details here because, there's a lot of different elements that make up a good photo. Lighting, angle, depth of field. Like, there's a lot of different skills. And I mean, I'm not a professional photographer, so I mean, I I wouldn't call myself an expert on what's a good photo.
Mhm.
I would say, like if the lighting is good and the composition of the photo is good and it's yours, go for it. But you'd have to ask yourself, like, is the composition of this good? Is it the layout good? Is the lighting bad? If
Yeah,
you
of course.
time, probably if you've spent enough time thinking about those things and snapping the picture, it's fine.
Mhm.
It's such an interesting area that we're in right now, because it used to be that the equipment and the skill was the bar, and like you needed a professional camera before we had
Mhm.
cell phones. Now we have phones that, for most things or a lot of things, it's the same. It's
Yeah.
good enough, right? So it'll be up to you to decide if your photography skills are capturing your professionalism and your deliverables in the best way,
Mhm. Okay.
or if you need to hire in somebody.
Another topic, what now with all the AI options,
Oh,
people appreciate more realistic photos, where their quality a little bit lower and other stuff.
yes. I do a little shake. I'm still trying to process AI stuff right now. It's a tricky thing. The next cohort of this course is starting on Thursday, and there's at least one company there whose AI, whose logo that is existing right now is AI, and I'm gonna have to go in there and tell them it's completely unusable, because it has literally 53 colors and like gradients and stuff that overlap. I'm like, if you took this to put it on a hat, they'd laugh you out. Like they would just be like, what? No, no. So I'm trying to figure out how to navigate that myself. I heard that like hairstylists are even having a hard time, because people are like putting their picture in and they're taking this photo to the hairstylist and say, do this. And the hairstylist is like, this isn't even possible. I don't even know.
Your type of hair, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's not an easy decision. But I agree with you. Like, I think a photo that is good, that is fine. Like, I don't think you have to have magazine level photography on your website to be successful. But I think like if you just kind of snapped it with your phone, like without any thought, it's probably not good enough. There's a middle ground now of, I actually took the time to light this properly and compose it properly, and maybe there's even a little depth of field, with my phone, and I snapped it and it was good. So that's good. Yeah. But again, living document. You'll start off now, and maybe a year from now, you'll be like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to hire a professional photographer for a day. Who knows?
Yeah.
Or you might take a class.
Maybe. Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
I need to do so many classes.
I know.
Yeah, when you're developing the business, like you need to know everything.
Mm-hmm. And you don't even know what you don't know.
Exactly.
I get it. I started off like you 6 years ago. I've been a designer for over 20 years, but then I was like, what is bookkeeping? What does that mean? What?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Like your skills in this case, this is the last what you're using. Like you need to do all the stuff before, like what you don't know. And just after that, you're getting the opportunity to show your skills to someone. After you've done your marketing, logo, and accounting, and other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Does anyone else have any other questions? Let's see some silence.
Okay, I've got two screens going, so I was like, where'd you guys go over there? So, I laugh at myself. So question, So yes, I'm going to go illustration. I already have ideas of which ones I'm drawing, so that's all fine there. But maybe a question, and let me just stick to social media. Based on our brand colors, is it best to go like with a white background and then a colored logo in the bottom, and then illustrations in bright color? Or
Yes. So
yeah, it maybe help.
A logo, how do I say this properly? A logo with a background that has no container doesn't work. I'm going to say more because I know I'm trying to figure out how to say this.
I don't know what a container is.
If you have a circle,
yeah,
and you have text inside the circle, and the background of the circle is a color, fine.
Yeah.
If you have like a square and you make the square a background and have some text, not fine. Because there's no, I mean, if the background bleeds off into outer space,
yeah,
it's not defined of where it ends. Like if it's a square that has an outline, fine. Circle that has an outline, fine. But some people do a square and they just, I'll show you an example here. Create a new file just because. Actually, we'll look at some of these. Okay, it's a great example.
Yeah.
So like this logo has a defined edge. There's a background color to it, but it's okay. So it's okay. Come back. This one is not okay, in my opinion, because we don't know where the black ends. Like how do I know? Yeah, where it ends. Where do I stop doing black? If I do, like, I don't know why some of these have these black backgrounds, because I'm like, what if I take it out and just make this black? Black. Like, that's the logo, right? It's like, why are you putting this black? The majority of times, your logo is going to be on white. It's going to be on a white invoice. It's going to be on a white t-shirt, unless you pick a color, then it's going to be in all white in that one color,
Okay.
So it's like, how would you put this on a t-shirt? Where does it end? So I don't know, like, they designed some of these logos, I just don't.
Okay, so just like as beginners, I'm going to put myself in that camp. I should just stick with like a white background for social media posting. Let's not get all creative with all the colors of my brand.
Well, for the logo or for a social media post?
Like for a social media post where I'm using cartoons, animations that I'm creating, if I want to put my logo in the bottom, I don't know, bottom.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, I think I'm going to put it in right top over here, left. So there's like, I want to use it in color because obviously it's beautiful because the little characters are going to be branded colors.
Yeah.
It's okay to just stick with a white background?
Yeah.
Okay. I shouldn't like go creative and like use one of my 5 colors.
I mean, you can, but
I think I've tried that in version 0 and I'm not sure I like it.
So if you use, so let's say It's a good example. All right, let's say this is your logo.
Yeah.
I don't really like this, but whatever. Okay, and let's say these are your brand colors. Okay,
Yeah.
so if I make a background,
Yeah, I'm not going to see one of them.
you're not going to see
Right.
one of your
Yeah, I'm not going to see one of them. Whoever you choose. Yeah.
like whatever one you. Well, this isn't a good example because I can't pick the color.
Yeah, but I understand. Like if you were to match that orange, yeah. Now, if you use a different
This is
color to
also-
show all the colors, then there's a seventh
Yeah.
color. Okay.
Right. So it's
All right. Keep me.
well, okay, but does anybody know what you should do in this situation then? We've talked about it briefly. If you want to have social media post with one of your brand colors as the background, this is a great
Oh, black and white thing.
yes. So this
Okay.
is, I'm like, I don't think I can adjust. This is just a bad example. Like I can't.
Okay, but I understand. Yeah, you make that either black or you make it white, depending on that
Black or white. So
table
yeah,
we did.
okay, look. So if I choose this one instead. So let's say this is my brand on a white background. Great. So then if I have it here, and then let's say I want it to be that red, my logo completely disappears.
Mhm.
Then what I should do is make it white.
Yeah.
Now I have brand color with white.
Okay.
But this is when you're defining your style, this is what you're doing. Is you're saying, okay, what kind of posts can I make? What do my buttons look like? What do my ears look like? You're defining all that now. And again, it's a living document. Over time, 6 months from now, you'd be like, you know what, I really like that one better. I'm just gonna make the decision to do this and go forward with it. But I'm trying to set you up for the best success now.
Yeah. Just as a beginner, just do this for now. Later we can get fancy, but
Yeah,
now. Okay. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay. I like guardrails.
Yeah.
Okay. Use background white because logo plus characters are going to be brand colors. Okay. If got it. Okay. Gonna put myself. Okay, and then sorry, just for balance, if we're
Oh.
trying to make a social media post, where's a good spot to put the logo? Top left or bottom right? Or
I mean, this is a little out of scope for this course because there is a whole other course.
I know.
But I will tell you, you have a choice.
Kind of like
Hear
your
more
top.
about this purple box. See the purple box that comes up?
Yeah.
It's your margin.
Okay.
On social media posts, you have a margin. So you can put it there, or you can put it top right, or you can put it bottom left, as long as there are no words outside the margin.
Okay.
That's the short answer.
No, because I want to put that in the brand guidelines too, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
where it should go. So I mean, All right.
So, I mean, it's really the next step in the next course is like, once you have your brand guidelines done, you're like, these are the photos that I want to use, or these are the illustrations I want to use.
Yeah.
Then when you're sitting down, like in next week's final class, we're going to talk about your brand guide here and how you can save those pictures here and add icons, and like you can even put chart styles in here, like if you want to do a chart about something, what they look like.
Okay. Yeah.
So when you're designing something, you have all this defined. It's like no matter in Canva, no matter where you open it up, your logos are there, your colors are there, everything's already all defined, right? So for me, it's like I've got these pictures of myself that somebody took. People have taken over the years of me, and they're now available, in whatever document I'm doing. And then graphics, right? It's like, I didn't really define my own. I gotta practice what I preach and put my own stuff in there, but so it'll all be there for you. And then when you're saying, okay, like I'm gonna put this picture here of this person, and then I want my logo here. Sometimes it will depend on the picture, right? So in this particular case, bottom right is better because you have an object, even though it's out of focus here. I mean, you could also go up here. Depends on where you want the eye to go. And then you might just want to make this all white. Because it fits with the picture better. Yeah. Something like that. Just say, but it's a whole other course. It's like social media, make your social media sparkle is a whole other 6-week journey. All right. I realize I am still recording, so I'm going to stop that.